G'day, mates. G'day, mates. G'day, mates.
G'day, mates. I'm Flinty, and this time I'll bring to you 10 facts that you didn't even know about the scary dino movie Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World. So let's move on and find some stuff about it that you didn't even know. Fact number 1. Now everybody knows that Jurassic Park 2 is known as the Lost World. But did you know that during the making of the movie there was other movie names of what it could have been? Other names on contention were the Lost Dinosaurs, the Lost Monster, the Lost Island, the Last Jurassic Lost Park, Jurassic Dinosaur, Lost Dinosaur Jurassic Island, Drellig Park, Park Sniff Snoff, Park Milk Dinosaur Island. There was lots of ideas, but they decided to just go with the Lost World. And now we move on to fact number 2 that you didn't even know about Jurassic Park 2. Now in Jurassic Park, the first movie, one of the main characters was Dr. Grant, but unfortunately Dr. Grant is nowhere to be seen in Jurassic Park 2. That's because he's not actually in the film. He's in the first film, but he didn't make it into the sequel. Other actors are in it instead. And now let's move on to fact number 3. Now, did you know that things became a little bit dangerous on the set while the actors were filming Jurassic Park 2? And it wasn't just the actors that were in danger. There was an attacker on set who was sometimes seen attacking people. He'd lurch out of the shadows, and unfortunately I must report that he attacked and stabbed 2 different dinosaurs during the making of the film. Fortunately, this guy was arrested by the security guards and thrown out of the studio like the bad apple he really was. And now let's move on to fact number 4. Now the actor in the Jurassic Park movies, the man who is all about the park, is Dr. Hammond. Now let me tell you something about the character that Richard Attenborough plays in the movie Jurassic Park 2. Now did you know that Richard Attenborough is so old and his skin so dry that he doesn't actually have an odour? There's no perspiration coming out of his old dry skin. So what they do on the set to have a bit of fun, the producers would keep making Richard Attenborough run around. They'd be doing their best to try and make him sweat, but he just couldn't sweat. They'd hide his walking stick, they'd take his false teeth, they'd do all kinds to make him run, but no matter what, he just wouldn't do any sweating. And now we move on to fact number 5 about Jurassic Park 2. That you didn't even know. 5. Now during the making of the film, they needed an actor to portray the character of Dr. Malcolm. They had a few contenders for the role, and I'm going to list them here for you so you can find out what could have been. Contenders for the role of Dr. Malcolm were Steve Buscemi, Jeff Goldblum, Holly Hunter, and also the celebrity drummer Marky Ramone. And now we move on to fact number 6 about Jurassic Park 2 that you didn't even know. 6. Now if you take a look at Richard Attenborough during Jurassic Park 2, you'll see that he's actually got a gap between his front teeth. Now that happened because unfortunately during the making of the film a dinosaur knocked out his middle tooth, leaving a visibly wide gap. He just couldn't find the tooth. Himself, the other actors, and even a support staff lady all looked around for the missing tooth, but they couldn't find it. That's a damn shame. Now let's move on to fact number 7 about Jurassic Park 2.
7.
Now Julianne Moore was a replacement for a different actress who was originally cast in the film, Mary Stove. Unfortunately, Mary Stove died during the making of the film, during that scene that's on the cliff edge with the trucks hanging off the cliff and the dinosaurs attacking it. Unfortunately, she did actually fall off the cliff, so they had to get a different actress to be in the film, and they decided on that posh prostitute from Boogie Nights, Julianne Moore. Now let's move on to fact number 8 about Jurassic Park 2 that you didn't even know.
8.
Now the character of Eddie in the movie, played by Richard Attenborough, he has a very strange skin tone, you might have noticed, a unique skin tone that actually attracts all of the photons in the room, meaning that all the light from all of the lights just goes straight to him, making everybody else in the scene look rather dark. So what happened was everybody else had to have separate lights over them shining down directly just to stop him from taking all the light. And now we move on to fact number 9.
9.
Did you know that Jurassic Park 2 finally came out in Australian cinemas in 2018? It took so long because of Australia's very slow cinemas. This is something that Australia's been fumbling with for years, but they just can't get over it. Australia has slow cinemas. And now we move on to the final fact about Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World, that you didn't even know.
10.
Now, did you know that the original plan for Jurassic Park 2 was for the movie to include the Tempot cousins? But unfortunately, because of budget constraints and because of Steven Spielberg himself throwing a spanner into the works, we didn't get to see the Tempot cousins, and that's such a shame. Just imagine what could have been if Jurassic Park 2 was going to include the Tempot cousins. Now I'm afraid that's all I got this week for Jurassic Park 2. Thanks very much for checking out my very good facts that you didn't even know. Hopefully you're gonna go home now and you'll be able to tell your friends and family a little bit more about the movie that they didn't even know. Don't forget to hit the red subscribe button on the way out, my good friends. Take care. All the best now. All my love.